Hi, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi, yes. So we've discovered in the women's major group that recognize that in order to keep on track to achieve the SDGs while combating COVID-19 requires a global effort informed by a participatory approach from communities and committees around the world. Even before the onset of the crisis caused by COVID-19, the world faced intersecting crises of inequality, environmental degradation, rising insecurities, and protracted armed conflicts, and unchecked corporate power, all happening alongside outright attacks on multilateralism. But the COVID-19 pandemic did not create these systemic gaps, inequalities, and crises. It just exposed them, and how gendered and racial divisions of labor to which the system is sustained impact disproportionately women, girls, and gender non-conforming people. Despite this, women in all their diversities have been at the forefront of the COVID-19 response as health professionals working in food sectors, both formal and informal, child rearing, and of course the nursing and care sectors. Around the world, we are witnessing government responses that do not take into account discrimination and oppression based on gender and others, which have increased and further reinforced inequalities and legislative attacks on women. People's access to vital healthcare. If the SDGs are to be achieved, it is necessary to address systemic barriers such as neoliberal capitalism, unjust financial trade, and investment agreements, corporate power, land and resource grabbing, patriarchy, fundamentalism, militarism and conflict, and the resurgence of authoritarian governance. A sectional approach and analysis can unlock the transformatory potential of the 2030 agenda and show new pathways of accelerated action. We must prioritize and actively seek out to participate and allow women to participate with women and youth-led organizations in the design. Okay.
Great.
So.
Any concluding sentence?
Right. So basically, accelerate action for sustainable development will only happen once forthcoming women and girl-led movements, especially at the local level, exert their power.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And just really about highlighting that these systemic barriers to either a more gender equal or racial equal kind of world, society, existed prior to COVID. COVID exposed them much more visibly. But how we respond, if we're going to tackle these, must tackle those underlying systemic barriers. So thank you for making that very important point. I'm going to go next.